Mitch, and we are back. Start over. You start over. What's up, YouTube? It's the one and only Master Mitch, and we are back with another video. And today, guess what we're doing? We are cooking with Mitch. And what better dish to learn how to cook? Mac and cheese. We're gonna go ahead and start cooking, okay? Hold on. Oh, and another thing. This is why you guys are getting like the inside scoop. Okay? Before we get started though, make sure you like, make sure you dislike, comment, and most of all, subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 1K, you guys. There's a subscribe button. Just click it. Just click it. Let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, guys, so here are the ingredients. We have eggs, all-purpose flour, sugar, Velveeta cheese, the Sargento mild cheddar cheese there. And then I also love using the Leno-Lakes butter. This is the salted Leno-Lakes butter here, so you guys can see. The black pepper, evaporated milk, elbow noodles, grapeseed oil, kosher salt, and parsley. As you can see, I went ahead and pre-pulled the ingredients. So I have 8 ounces of water, 8 ounces of the evaporated milk, 2 tablespoons of the all-purpose flour, 1 egg, and a half stick of butter. So you guys, let's go ahead and get to cooking. First things first, I like to start off cooking my noodles first and getting that out of the way. So what I usually add to my water is some grapeseed oil. And the grapeseed oil is also going to help the noodles not stick together. And the next thing I love to add is the kosher salt. And that adds just a little bit of seasoning to the noodles. So a little bit of kosher salt. Next, we're going to add our Barilla noodles. Usually, I cook by the eye. However, with me doing this video for you all, if you would like, you can also put a cup of noodles in there and put it in the water, but I just can tell how much noodle. I usually do about a half, like I'll touch the box like this and pour like a half a box into the water. So yeah, I think that's good. And I use the whisk to basically keep the noodles broken up. So this says to cook the noodles for 7 minutes, but I'm going to cook it for 5 minutes just so it won't get soggy. And also, since this is baked macaroni and cheese, as this is going in the oven with the sauce and everything, the noodles is going to cook more. So I just constantly stir my noodles while they boil to prevent them from sticking together. And it's only for 5 minutes, you guys. So now it is time to make what most people call it is the cheese sauce, but I call it a roux. So we're going to go ahead and add the butter, Leno-Lakes butter. And as you can see, it's going to start to melt. You want to have the setting on like a medium low. And while the butter is melting, you can go ahead and add your 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. All right, we're going to mix these two together, and as it melts, you can see it will start to form a paste. So you have to have the roux before you actually start the sauce. It helps make it nice and thick. All right, so now that that is done, I usually add a little bit of milk. Oh, and our oven has preheated. Add a little bit of evaporated milk to just help with just the mixture, and as you can see, even here is getting thicker already, right? All right, perfect. We're gonna add all of the evaporated milk. And I like to constantly whisk as I put the ingredients in because it won't stick to the pan. And then we are going to add the egg. So the egg is the tricky part, okay? And I laugh because my sister, when she started cooking mac and cheese, her eggs kept scrambling in the roux because she was sitting the egg in there for too long. So as I'm whispering, I'm gonna put the egg in there, all right? All right. So you have to constantly, like, you have to make sure you scramble that egg in there real good, just so it won't stick to the bottom and start frying your egg. All right. Next, we are going to add the Velveeta cheese. This bar is a 16 ounce. We have to cut this in half for an 8 ounce block of cheese. There's the Velveeta cheese. We're just gonna go ahead and drop it in. Okay, so most of the time I see people cut up the cheese, but if it's soft like this, you can literally just stir in and chop up. I just feel like this is easier versus trying to cut everything up and just like put some in there, here or there. But you can literally just keep stirring it and it will eventually start to melt. In between, I like to add some pepper and some salt. So I'm not a salt person. Like, I can really do without a lot of salt. It's been times where I've fixed this. People who love to have salt in their food and will always say, did you add salt to it? So I had to make myself start adding salt. I'm honestly not even gonna measure the salt. It's literally gonna be just, that's enough salt. Let's keep stirring because it's starting to thicken even more. And then we're gonna go ahead and add the cup of water now. So as you can see, the cheese melted with no problem. You know, just gotta keep stirring. You guys are, I'm gonna let you know now, you are gonna get a good workout in, but it's definitely worth it. We are going to add the Sargento cheese. So most people don't like using Velveeta because they say it's too sweet. Make it more cheesier and just to like not make it seem as sweet. I like to add some sharp cheddar in this. Ooh. Look at this, y'all. Look at that cheese. Woo! That cheese sauce looks so good. Alright, and then while that's going, we can actually turn this down now. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add pepper. I'm gonna whisk that pepper in there. So as I said before, cheese is already salted to me in itself. And although I don't like to add a lot of salt, but what I do add is sugar. And I add sugar, just a pinch of sugar, you guys. Do not freak out. Because cheese is already, it just has this sharp taste to it. So just to take the edge off a little bit, I like to add sugar. So I'm only going to take a pinch of sugar. Voila. That's it. No more, no less. Okay? So you don't have to freak out. Our cheese sauce is basically done. And it looks oh so delicious. Everything has melted properly. All the cheese is in there nice and even. So that is that with the cheese sauce. Your cheese sauce is now finished, you guys. As you can see, that took all of maybe 8 minutes. Yes, it's not difficult at all. All right, you guys, so we are back with our noodles, and this time now we are going to add the cream sauce. The best part of the cream sauce, really the bottom, everything at the bottom. So we got to get the butter from the duck. You hear me? And now we just take the cream sauce and simply mix all of that goodness together. Ooh wee. Y'all hear that? And also what I like to add is more cheese to make it real cheesy. A little bit more. All right. I ain't gonna lie, my mouth's so watering right now. So now we're gonna get our Pyrex dish, our glass dish. And we are going to add, my goodness. Oh! All right, we're gonna need to make sure everything is nice and even. Oh my. Oh! All right, so we're gonna go ahead and add the shredded cheese at the top. Make sure we get all the corners. My mama, everybody love the crust of the mac and cheese. As you can see, we have the mac and cheese nice and packed in there. And so then I already preheated the oven for 350 degrees, and we are going to bake it for approximately 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, so the macaroni and cheese is done baking, and you guys also remember that when you make the cheese sauce and you boil the noodles, the macaroni and cheese is cooked already, okay? We do the baking just to settle and set everything together as far as the shredded cheese and with the noodles and the cheese sauce, but other than that, it's already cooked. So, as you can see, we're getting that nice crust here around the edges. So to top it off, I go ahead and put it on broil to give it a nice crust at the top of the mac and cheese. Now when you put it on broil, please set it to low, because if you forget about it or you're not timing or watching it, you will burn the top of the macaroni and cheese. All the cheese is going to burn. So yeah, we're going to do it for about 5 minutes, and if it needs to go over that, that's fine. But remember, you have to watch it to make sure it does not burn at the top. Voila, there you have it. Our finished product for the mac and cheese. Here it is. Sorry you guys, my family love the crust, so I have to always keep that in mind. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Cooking with Mitch. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. It's very quick, it's simple, it's easy. I'm going to put as much instructions as I can in the description below. So let's just get a little bite here. Want some? Here, open your mouth. Open your mouth. Open it. I'm just playing, y'all. But hold on. I gotta fill up your mouth. And Master Mitch, I'm signing off.